want her to go. I'm not ready.
Go Natelli! Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I am here with Coach Shaq.
Hey guys, welcome back.
We are here today doing a weekend vlog for Shaq's half Ironman. Whoop whoop! So if you've been following along on Insta, podcast, YouTube, all the things, you'll know obviously Shaq has been prepping for his half Ironman for a long time. Ex-football player, turned triathlete, half marathon runner, now half Ironman. Watch this space.
Soon be.
He's half Ironmaning tomorrow. So I thought it'd be cool to take you along on a little weekend vlog of what this looks like, because if you have been following along, you'll know I'm in my own personal fat loss phase. And obviously, like, I am a 60 something kilo female pursuing fat loss. Shaq's like 90 something kilo male training for a half Ironman. Our nutrition is incredibly different. And we've spoken about this heaps on the podcast. I just thought it'd be cool to like take you guys along and show you what we do for Shaq for his prep today, tomorrow, what the actual race and all that looks like, what I do alongside him, obviously trying to still pursue my own goals and just juggling it all. So obviously we talk about nutrition and training and how to do it all, but I think it's cool to just like come along and watch what we actually do. We are on our way now to check in the bike. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, so just athlete check-in.
Athlete check-in and put the bike
Rack time.
in the bike rack.
Yeah.
I'm obviously an expert. It is Saturday and then he's racing tomorrow morning at like 6 a.m. So you go and do all this today and then that way he can just head down tomorrow and do his little prep and get straight into it. So he starts anywhere between sort of 6 and 7, just depends on like how the day's flowing, and he'll get down there probably like 4:30. I will go down around 5. He's probably going to go down around 4 actually. I'll go down around 5 and just help him out, be his little cheer squad. His folks are coming, my folks are coming, lots of his friends are coming. A lot of people are coming for the end because it is like a 6-hour event. So you get the lifers that are there for the 6 hours, and then you get the wannabes that come down for the last 20 minutes. So remember who was there at the start line, Shaq. It's not about who's there at the finish line. So that's tomorrow. If you guys have been following along my fat loss phase, I'm on about 1,600 calories a day. I've been nailing it. I actually filmed a little physique update this morning so we can put that on the screen, because I feel like we're at that point where there's clear difference. She's done fat loss, she's shredded. Have been nailing my 1,600 cals, been nailing lots of steps, training's good, everything's good. And I actually weighed in this week at 60.6, which is my lowest weigh-in so far. I'm not really using weight, I'm really just using the picks and measures. So I'm not taking weight really consistently and like tracking that, just kind of watching it every now and then. But I know I always tell people not to do that, but the difference is I wouldn't freak out and or adjust my plan based on the number, whereas a lot of people would. I'm making adjustments based on physique, pics and videos, and I haven't made any adjustments yet because they're moving so well. I feel very lean, shredded, light, progress is going very good. On that note, I'm pretty much not tracking this weekend. And this is really cool because sometimes when I'm this close to a shoot, because I'm like less than 3 weeks out from a shoot, I would want to make sure I was really strict. There's times where I do that, there's times where I don't. Right now I just feel like I'm in a good position. Having like a loosely tracked weekend, I'm still so mindful of like all my good habits, protein, fiber, fruit, veg, all of the things. Portion control is obviously huge, so I'm not going to go out. I think people think like untracked means off track. Rev heads. Untracked to me is just because I am going to be with people and going to things that are just not really very easy to track, and I don't really need to. I track my food so I know what good portions are for me, so I know what good meals are for me, what a good day of eating looks like for me and my goals. I know very much what that looks like. I know when to stop. I know when to say yes. I know when to say no. So I think days like this are a perfect example or a perfect opportunity to actually implement everything you learn from tracking without actually tracking. I'm the biggest advocate of that in Eat Like Ribby, so I'll be doing it myself today and tomorrow. Just because, like I said, we're going to be with a lot of different people doing a lot of different things. So that's my plan with nutrition. Right now it's 12 o'clock. I've had a protein shake this morning. I did a massive clean of my house. I walked to Nutella. I'm trying to get Nutella really tired because tomorrow he's going to be home for about 8 hours by himself, which I absolutely hate. We do not do that to Nutella.
No, right.
Never. So he's going to have, I want him to just be really tired and have a nice big sleepy morning. I'll put the aircon on for him. It'll be a nice chilled Sunday for him. But today I took him on a big walk this morning, cleaned the house because that makes him go crazy with like the mop and the vacuum and everything. And so he's at home now doing some chilling. I'll walk him again this Arvo. I had a protein shake early this morning, and then now I've made my own little mocha here, just skim milk and like chocolate powder, and then I've got one of these. I actually love these, they're so tasty. The reason I have this with this is because I always like to try and hit 20 grams of protein in a meal. Skim milk, 250 mils of skim milk is around 10-ish grams of protein, and then these are around 10. How convenient, there's my 20. It's like I planned it this way. But again, not tracking, but just like because I've been tracking for a long time, I know this stuff. So, like I said, Shaq and I, obviously, very different goals, very different bodies, very different diets right now. So, we all know what I'm up to. Shaq, I would say Shaq's been eating well into the 4,000 calories every day. He doesn't really track his food, but sometimes we'll track it to just get a bit of an idea of where it's at. Because if he's gonna do shit like carb loading, to work out what your carb loading is, you got to know what your normal carbs are, kind of thing. So often I'll just do like a bit of a rough track of like, oh, you normally eat this, then you normally eat this, etc., just to get an idea of his overall intake. And then, yeah, I'd say it's well in the 4,000 calories. Pretty much every morning he has 3 bagels, so 3 whole bagels, like 6 halves, and Biscoff on every half. I worked out if there was 15 grams of Biscoff on every half, the whole total of that meal is like 1,300 calories. And if you think about a person who's not weighing Biscoff, that's probably more than 15 grams on every half. So that meal could be anywhere from like 12 to 1,500 calories. And then normally he has an iced coffee at the same time, which is about 400 calories, I think.
Yeah, 4 or 5, yeah.
Yeah. Then sometimes like Staminade, coconut water, something like that if he's about to go, depending on what he's about to go do training wise, and often a handful of lollies. He's probably doing 2,000 calories before he leaves the house at 8 a.m, which is just wild. And it's like, I'm not even taking the piss, it's fucking awesome. But it's just crazy to think about. And a lot of women often find themselves in the position where they're trying to pursue something with their nutrition and training and their partner doesn't get it or doesn't do the same thing. And then they feel like, oh, you wouldn't get it, Ruby. And I'm like, yes, I would. Because my lovely husband is eating more than my whole day's food before 8 a.m. So it's just been interesting to be around. He'll do like a lot of cereal during the day, like a lot of Fruit Loops. Dinner is usually like meat, rice and veg. Yeah, like it's quite standard stuff that we always talk about. But then this week we've ramped everything up. So there's been more cereal, more bananas, more rice. So normally he does like 1 of those cups of rice. We've gone to 2 cups of rice, just everything like that to do his carb load, like we've been saying. Today he's done his bagels, he's done his iced coffee. What else have he done? Staminade, I'm assuming.
50
yeah,
grams.
50 grams of Staminade in this, guys. He's just like drinking cordial, straight cordial. No, but it's cool, and it's all really timed. I've actually got it all typed up in my phone for tomorrow, like his race day nutrition, which is such a cool thing. We'll probably talk about this more on the podcast. We have spoken about it on the podcast before, but that's something that you really want to play around with for yourself, because everyone's going to be so different, and we've done heaps of trial and error and playing around with that for Shaq with the triathlon, and then with all of his training leading into this one. We have a really good idea of what his tolerance is, what his sweet spot is, how much he needs. And that's just such a cool thing. Like, that's what I love as a sports nutritionist. And then despite my best sports nutrition judgment, we know from years of football and running and triathlons, Shaq loves a big dirty pizza the night before an event. But obviously I'm a big advocate, flexible dieting, all foods in moderation, and we got to think about what he's doing tomorrow. It is wild. The energetic demand is wild. Something high cal like a pizza is awesome. I mean, in a perfect world, we'd just load with rice and pasta and whatever, but also, like, I'm gonna get super off topic here, we'll talk about it on the pod, but when you're doing a big endurance event like this, dietary fat is a lot more beneficial as well. So it probably is actually not the worst thing you could be having. But it's a perfect example as well of like this sort of thing being so personalized and like trial and error and really seeing what works for you. There'd be a lot of people that if they ate a massive pizza the night before something like this, they'd probably throw up. So you really just got to find your sweet spot with all these things, but that is his. So there's a little bit of an insight into our day, our night, whatever. I'm actually going out for lunch after this, so I'm going to ditch Shaq after the check-in because he just wants to go home and chill. I'm going to go out for lunch, and again, that's part of the reason I'm not really tracking, because I'm just going to go out for lunch and enjoy a meal out. Again, practice what I preach. So I might show you guys that depending on the vibe. And I'm going to surf club lunch, which is always nice, and then I'll go home tonight and just hang out with Shaq. Just be his little support system before we get up super early for the big day.
Shit.
So exciting.
It's so fast.
It really has. I remember when you were making reels that were like 160 days out, and now it's literally 1 day out. A massive shout out to Shaq, guys, because he has just shown up every day for training and for reels. He has made so many reels about his Ironman prep. If you do not follow Coach_Shaq,
Yeah.
on Insta, make sure you do, because he documents his whole journey through things like this, and it's awesome. So we are gonna go check him in now, but big shout out to the big dog. Let's do it.
Get around me. I need it.
Get around me. Get around me. I need it. Back from our big day out. So we checked Shaq in, he's got all this stuff. We racked his bike, and then I shot off to lunch. Went to surf club for lunch, had like chicken palmy salad. Quite nice, quite good. Can you please come and show us what you look like? Shaq's got his free Ironman shirt on. Shaq would do anything for a free shirt. So yeah, he's getting ready. About to have pizza. Shaq's about to have pizza. This is Shaq's pizza. I think I'm literally gonna have to eat that cookie bowl for dinner, which is so random. If you know, you know. Yogurt, strawberries, cereal, Nutella. But I haven't really had any fruit today. Haven't had any Nutella today. Yeah, and then we're gonna get Shaq's food ready for tomorrow and make sure that he's got everything in the right spot, because he can put all of his food on his bike, in his little fanny pack, etc.
Try belt. You just put your gels and shit in there.
Do you have one of them?
Yeah.
Oh, so do you slide the gels in? I think it's a fanny pack.
Some of it's already, I said I just slot in there.
Oh, and is that what that's actually for?
Yeah.
2XU. We're actively seeking sponsorship for the Ironman and the That Could Be podcast.
Any free stuff?
Surprised when they see Ricky, so Shaq's actual name is Ricky.
But who the fuck's that?
Literally, when it was our wedding, we had these cookies that were like Ruby and Ricky, and so many people were like, what? And I'm like, his actual name is not Shaq.
Shaq, wake up.
Literally. Okay, so we're getting Shaq's food ready. So are we going with the actual plan that we set?
Yeah.
So 3 bagels and Biscoff at 4 a.m. So probably even a bit earlier than that.
Yeah.
He has to go down super early, set up his station, and then we just chill for a little bit. So he's gonna get up at 3, leave here at 4. So you probably eat around 3:30, hey?
Yeah.
So it'll be 3 bagels with the Biscoff. 5:30, we have lollies.
Yeah.
Love that
with
for
the
us.
bagels, I'll have coffee too.
Oh, that's not even in the schedule.
Oh, thanks, Lizzie.
Shit.
So yeah, coffee with the bagels.
So personalised to Shaq and him trialling and erroring things. You wouldn't have 3 bagels and Biscoff and an iced coffee for the first time if you're going into half Ironman. Like, he's done that every day for the last 4 months, and he knows that it feels really good for him. So yeah, because like if I had that and went to train, I'd probably die of something, I don't know. So then you'll have lollies at 5:30, just like more carbs before he gets started. And caffeine, 140 milligrams of caffeine.
So I'll take one then before the race.
And like, this is what he's had every day for his life. 6 a.m. start, give or take.
Yeah.
And then transition, so swim to bike, half of a bar. These ones I was studying before.
Yeah, so I've pretty much been trialling them on the bike, and I'm pretty used to them now.
Half a bar to 1 bar in the transition, another bar when he's on the bike, 500 ml bottle of caffeine and carbs, 320 calories, 80 carbs, 100 caffeine.
So in one of these
We'll
bottles.
take sponsorship from you as well if you want.
Let's go dig you up.
And again, even how much liquid a person can get in. This is what's so interesting about sports nutrition. This is why I love sports nutrition, because it's so like, there's so much to it, because everyone will have different tolerance for caffeine and carbs and calories and fluid. So you're trying to get in like your certain amount of caffeine and carbs, but if you can't tolerate a lot of fluid, you've got to try and get that in a smaller dosage of fluid, or vice versa. If you're someone that wants heaps of fluid but not a lot of caffeine and carbs, then you spread it out a bit more. Like, it's so fascinating to me. Of 4 scoops of Staminade.
Yeah, so I got another bottle of Staminade, same size bottle, about 500ml, 600ml.
Yeah.
Yeah, give or take.
Another bar, which we said before.
Yeah, and then another handful of lollies.
Yeah, 100 grams of lollies. So then he rides back into the transition. So the bike is roughly about 3 hours, maybe a tiny bit longer. Transition, so he'll bring the bike in and he'll change his shoes, and he'll have any remaining drinks and lollies. So whatever's left in the bottles, he'll throw back. Basically whatever's left in the fanny pack, he'll throw back. And then he'll go into the run. The run's 21 Ks. So at the 10-kilometer mark, he'll have 2 caffeine gels.
So 1 gel, pure.
And he's already been having caffeine like before the race, during the race, whatever.
Yep.
So then more caffeine. So at the 10K mark, he's probably got an hour to go. And really, like, caffeine's quite quick into the system.
Yeah.
So that'd be really getting you through that last like 40 minutes, half an hour-ish.
Yeah, so I go 2 then, so pretty much.
So 2 caffeine gels.
Yeah, 10K mark, maybe 15K mark.
And that's it.
Another little side thing I have in the morning.
Oh yeah, beta-alanine.
That's one, I can't say it
I
now.
can literally never say it. Like, the words he says for that are hilarious.
Beta-alanine.
I should have let you say it.
It's just a little buffer I like to have. I've been using it for a while.
Lactic acid buffer.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
I'll leave the sports nutritionist say that.
Imagine being a half Ironman that gets to live with the sports nutritionist. Have this tonight, nothing else after this tonight.
Maybe just protein shake and some lollies.
And then I will be back bright and early in the morning. So I'm going to go down just after him, I think. What the vibe is like. See what the dog's up to, really. What time is it?
Bloody early.
Hello guys, so it is 5:15. I just parked my car and I have to walk down to the spit. It's actually pitch black and kind of scary, but also like Ironman vibes. So I'm like, surely there's people around. And yeah, I am having some Destiny right now. Most people know I love to start my day with Destiny caffeine, so I'm doing that right now. Trying to find some good lighting, but it ain't a thing. And then I bought a protein shake, I'll get a coffee, and then we might do like actual brekkie, I don't know. But I'll see how we go, and I'll keep you in the loop. Are you kidding me? Look how nice this is. But I'm gonna walk down here, and then eventually this is where he'll run. Okay guys, he has finished his swim and he finished in 40 minutes 21 seconds, which is pretty much his goal was 40, so he's pretty on time. He's just ridden off. So he just rode off. I think he had about a 5-minute transition, which he's allowing for. So swim is done, he's made the ride. I literally had to run for my life because when I tried to come off the beach, like I want to see him when he runs out of the water, and I just scream, "Go Shaq," so he sees me and he knows I'm there, and he gives me like the biggest smile. So got that done, but then they run up into the bike thing, and you want to like get around that, but you can't go through the athlete bit and get to the point where he'll come out the other side for the bike ride. I literally just ran for my life the longest way around to come out here, and I saw him and we saw him ride off, and again I'm like, "Go Shaq!" Biggest smile as he's about to ride off for literally 3.5 hours. So now we wait. And
I'm filled with coffee, there's no chocolate inside.
Can I please have 1 large ultimate burger box and a maxi popcorn chicken? Thank you. Hello guys. Okay, so I just got home from the Ironman. It's 2:30 in the Arvo. Shaq did it. He did it. It's all done. Happy days. I'm sure you've seen lots of videos. Biggest day. If you
an Ironman wife, spectator, whatever. It's like such a big day and you feel like you can't complain because it's obviously like they're doing a fucking Ironman. But I'm exhausted. I have literally just hit 20,000 steps. So that's crazy. It's 2:30 in the Arvo. I'd say I've had about 700 calories. So not many at all. I had a protein shake, I had a coffee, and then I had poke bowl, like the base of mixed leaves. Diet life. Cucumber, carrot, tomato, bean sprouts, pickled ginger, chicken breast, and then like a chili mayo on top. So I estimate that to be like 300-ish calories. It'll just depend on the calories in the mayo. And being the wife goals that I am, she's gone and got an ultimate, I don't even know what it gets, large, I had to write it in my phone, large ultimate burger box and a maxi popcorn chicken. She told me the maxi popcorn chicken was in there. If it's not, I'm going to be a dead wife. I mean, there is some stuff in there, but I don't know what's meant to be in there and what's added on. I got no idea. So I got that for Shaq. I also got him a 6-pack. I'm just actually wife goals. And Shaq's mum gave me a Mars bar to give to him at the Ironman. Literally like 4 hours ago. He didn't want it. I've had this Mars bar sitting on my hip. It's all squished. I've had a Mars bar literally just sitting in my pocket for 4 hours. I've gone through the KFC drive-thru. I've done 20,000 steps. I'm starving. I'm going to go in. I didn't get KFC for myself. KFC is not worth the calories to me. Unpopular opinion, I don't care. KFC is not worth the calories. This is a perfect example of what I teach. So I obviously teach flexible dieting. All foods can be included. No food is off limits. Enjoy meals out. Practice moderation. All of the things. But I'm the biggest advocate of really deciding what is worth being more flexible or more lenient for and really deciding what is not. And there's absolutely no right or wrong with that. You can just decide depending on you, the occasion, the event, the goal, the phase, whatever you want to factor in. But actually having the awareness, education, all the things to make that decision and actually making a decision that you're happy with is the biggest thing that I teach. This is the most perfect example because yesterday I went out for lunch, didn't track my day, got a chicken palmy, probably ate around maintenance because when I came home I didn't eat much at all, just had my Ruby bowl. So the day as a whole, I had like one meal sort of out, but probably a lot higher cal than my normal meals. So say that was a day at maintenance and I have no idea really what my intake was, but it was just one very enjoyable meal. And it was also with my mum and stepdad, family, friends, a good friend of mine. We went to a surf club. We're literally like sitting on the balcony, view of the sunny coast, delicious food, great company, great event. So enjoyable, right? To me, that's absolutely worth being a bit more flexible, a bit more lenient. And that's just a decision that I made. And then to me, like going through the KFC drive-thru, coming home, eating 800 calories worth of KFC on my couch, not enjoyable, not worth it. So I'm going to go in and make my own food. And some people would think that is. Like, there'll be people that be like, fuck yeah, worth it. Go off, do what you want. But I think you've just got to really think about those things and decide for yourself. Because for me, it ain't it. I'd rather go inside, make my own food, and stay on track with my nutrition for today. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to go inside so that Shaq doesn't end up with cold KFC, but I don't even think he would care at this point. I think he's going to be sound asleep so soon.
Some days I wanna sail away when the going gets rough, when the going gets tough. But something deep inside my body says you are more than enough. So don't give up, keep it